Hi everyone and welcome back. For today's topic, we will be looking at how you can download code from GitHub in your local machine. This is going to be the same code which we pushed as part of the earlier video. So initially we had that code in our local machine, and then as part of the consecutive next video, we pushed that code onto the remote location. As part of this video, we'll be looking at how we can download that code. So if Git is already installed in your machine, you can directly use the command git clone followed by the URL of the repository that you are trying to clone in your local machine. In order to get the URL, you can search for the repository, navigate to the GitHub repository link, go on to the main profile page of the user, click on repository, and whichever repo you need, you can open that, click on code and copy this URL. So you just have to place this URL in front of git clone command, and as soon as you run this command from your terminal, you should get the copy of the code in your machine. Let's see how this command works in action. So we'll head on to the terminal. We can navigate to the folder. We can navigate to a new folder which I created specifically for this task, which is clone repo from GitHub, using the command cd followed by the name of the folder. Once we are inside that folder, we can see as of now this folder is empty, and now you can issue the command directly git clone followed by the URL of the repository. Now you can see all the contents are copied locally to your machine, and you can see the same in the folder structure as well. Let's navigate to this folder. I can use the same command cd followed by the name of the folder. Now I can run the list directories and I'm able to see all the files which were present at the remote location. They are copied onto this local folder within my machine. So this marks the end of cloning of repo to our local machine. For easy reference, I have marked the screens as dev1 and dev2. Dev1 is the person who originally hosted the code at GitHub, and dev2 is the one who cloned the repository from GitHub into the local machine. So this is the dev2 screen. Dev2 just cloned the code from the repository, so you can see there is no folder called node modules, as in the libraries which are required in order to execute this code. Okay, now let's head back to the screen for the dev1. We have opened a new window. I can go onto the open folder, and originally the code was within test automation. So this is how the dev1 code looks. Here we can see that node modules folder already present. So this is how we'll be differentiating between the two windows. Now dev1 has made some changes to the readme.md file, and now he can, if he wants to check what changes are there, he can run the command git status. That will give him the name of the file which has changed. Next, in order to stage these changes, he can use git add. That will stage these changes, and again he can run the command git status, and now you can see the readme.md file is in green, so that means these changes are now staged. Now we can commit these changes using the command git commit. M stands for providing a message, and we can say added readme file. That's done. The changes are gone. They are committed locally. In order to push them to the remote, you have to issue the command git push. That will move these changes to the remote as well. Now dev1 has made some changes, and those changes are also pushed to the remote repository. Coming on to the dev2 screen, as of now we don't see those changes here. In order to pull the latest code from remote, dev2 can bring up the terminal and issue the command git status. So you can see your branch is up to date. As soon as I'll do git k, it will show that you are at the latest master. Now if I'll do git pull, it will bring in the latest changes to the local machine. Now you can see readme.md file is received here with all the changes. And now when I will do git k, I can see I have one more commit which is added readme file that was done by the dev1. So we just saw how we can stage our changes and then commit our changes via the terminal. Next, we'll be looking at how we can do that from the GUI. So let's make some amends to the readme.md file. Head on to the change window screen and we can see readme.md file is coming as part of changes. We can stage these changes. And now when we'll go on to the terminal and issue the command git status, I can see these changes in green. So what this signifies is these changes are already staged now. And now I'm adding a commit message similar to what we gave as part of -m into this terminal window and click on the check mark that will commit these changes locally. Now again when I'll issue the command git status, I can see we are ahead of master by one commit. As of now these changes are sitting locally. Let's give the command git push which will move these changes to remote. Instead of giving the git push, we can click on sync changes. That will do the same action. Now when we do git status, it will say that we are in sync with our origin/master. So dev2 has made these changes. Let's head to the Visual Studio Code for dev1 and see if we can pull these changes for dev1 as well. Here you can see one change is ready to come to your system. So as soon as I'll click this change will come to my system, and you can see as part of dev1 this change is reflected here as well. So that's how two different developers can share their code, which also marks the end of this video. Thank you.